Welcome to a video from Vangelis-style.com. New sound set for the Korg Wavestate. This is my new vocal collection. I created a vocal sound set for the mod wave a while ago, and I thought I'd recreate those on the Wavestate using the unique capabilities of the Wavestate around wave switching. So it's given me some more options and things to play with. There isn't the analog type oscillators on here that I could do with the mod wave, but it's got its own flavor and different way of doing things. So I've created this set. So we've got 23 performances programs as well available with vocal atmospheric tracks, so sounds. So in this video, I'm just going to go through the sounds one at a time, and you can have a listen to them. That is just a straightforward choir, and just using the vocal R, 2 layers of vocal R and 2 R and a falsetto R to produce that one. This one is one that uses a bit of wave sequencing to switch between the oohs and the ahs. It's quite a subtle change, but it gives some movement to it. It's quite a nice atmospheric sound. Then here we've got one I ported straight over. This is the Soundscape one, a double layered one. So you can hear there it's switching between the different oohs and ahs. So we've got 4 samples being switched, 2 at the same time. This one I call drama choir because we've got a bit of timpani and a bit of choir. One of my favourite choir type sounds is the Mellotron tape choirs used by Genesis and others in the 70s, favourite of prog rock. There's 2 tape choir samples in the Wavestate, and so we've got both of those layered together. So now we've got a filter choir, and you'll hear why the filter bit. So what I did on this one, the filter is being controlled by the LFO, the filter LFO, and the filter LFO is being controlled by the envelope. One of the envelopes is actually being controlled by the pitch envelope. So the filter speed, or the LFO speed, is very high at the beginning and then slows down through the envelope. So it's a nice deceleration sort of effect. This one is called Flutter because we've got 2 layers. One of them is the Airvox and the other is a Vocoder, but one's got an arpeggiator on it. So you can hear the Airvox has got the arpeggiator on it, which is quite a fast arpeggiator, and I'm using some panning as well with that. And a nice sound of layer A, which is a Vocoder Vox sound. This one's called Fresh Breath. it's got a nice ethereal quality to it. Oh, and the release on the as well. Another vocoder type one. This one is using a high pass filter to sweep down. It's got a nice effect on that. Got one called piano vocals, so we've got 2 layers of piano and some vocals effects. Quite nice, especially if you combine that with holding the sustain pedal down. So this is a dual version of the double Soundscape one we heard before. So we're just switching between 2 samples there. The next one's called They Get There, and they do. So that one is using an envelope to control the pitch. So they start out of tune and then in tune. So it's quite an unsettling effect, that one. So this one's called Tiny Android, and this is based off the Korg Karma sound, which I've got over there, which I've actually sampled. But this isn't using samples, I've recreated it. It's using it's from the Vintage Archives card, and it's a nice pitched vocoder type sound. So we've got 2 layers on this one, and they're detuned to give that effect. So here we've got one I heard sort of from Vangelis type sound. So we've got the choir in there and a CS80 type string sound as well. So this one is called Vector Choir, and you can use the vector control to control the different voices. And I'm using the vector waveforms as well. So so the waveforms are kind of authentic in this as well, because I used the Wavestation vector synthesis waves. So the original Wavestation with the joystick. Some of these sounds actually, I think, originate on the vector synthesis, the Prophet VS. But you can then switch between them. And you can even go as far as doing the old trick of recording the movements and then playing that back like the Wavestation does. This one's called Vocal Dance. I've just combined a sort of a few different techniques for this one. And there's one of the drum kits, and you can hear the bass there. And the vocoder type sound is being affected by an LFO to give it that sort of sliced effect. And here's a vocal pad. So here you can hear the pad. And then the vocal effect on top of that. Now, a couple of vocal switches made a smaller one and a longer one. Let's look at the full version. So here you can see all the waveforms that it switches through. So when you play them together, so you've got that movement on it. The vocal switch, the other vocal switch one, has less samples in it, so you get more repetition. And it's great way being to switch those samples in like that. So this one, I wanted to recreate some of the wavetable voice sounds I made on Mod Wave, which are on a wavetable. It's not a wavetable thing on this synth. So I used the samples and just switched those. So I wanted to, on the Mod Wave version, I used some of the vocal wavetables. On here, there aren't wavetables, it's a sample engine. So I used a couple of different samples to get that. It's a very synthetic effect. And then finally, we've got some Wavestation sounds, which I copied from the Wavestation. So this is the Airvox one of my favorites. Then the Wavestation Choir. Using 2 layers, which is exactly how the Wavestation did it. I just copied that by going into the editor on the Wavestation, the plugin version, and copied it over. And the final one is Whisper Voices, also from the Wavestation. It's a really nice vocal part. There's 4 layers on here with 4 sounds that it goes between. So you can see the 4 layers we've got there. So really nice ethereal pad type sound, vocal sound. So those are all the performances. There's a lot of programs as well. Many of these I've saved the individual layers as programs if I remember to do them as I was going through. Download from the digitallifestyle.com, put them in the Wavestate. No additional samples needed, using all the built-in samples, so it's a nice small download. I hope you like these vocals. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.